their plans now are to take out all the dirt that's in the middle and run it to a landfill and bury it because they're afraid it's contaminated. They're gonna bring in fresh fill and fill in one of the locks, and they're gonna have one small lock. And I said, you know, as an engineer, why wouldn't it be smarter just to dig that dirt right out of there and have one big giant lock? He said it would be smarter, but that's not what they wanna do.
Yeah.
And until there's some common sense in place in this project, let's just keep it on hold for now. I mean, it sounds like they're planning on doing it the most expensive way they can. And this is a guy that's
Well,
planning.
that's one of the problems with the government, is that there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, for example, I'll give you an example right from Iron Mountain there, you know. They have the VA hospital. Well, they changed all their trucks at the VA hospital to E85. Okay, all right. So they had to buy all new trucks to get to E85. Well, then you couldn't buy E85 gas in Iron Mountain. So they had to buy a $400,000 fuel tank to hold the E85. So then my question is, how does this help veterans? Okay, so there's like a, you know, I mean,
It's not
how does that help
recommended to
veterans?
use
They can't just go down to the gas station and buy gas like everybody else. You gotta spend an extra $1 million on a fleet of trucks and a fuel tank that didn't help a veteran get anywhere. It's waste like that that just drives you crazy.
I own a couple E85 vehicles, and you can't run E85 when it's below zero.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a little confused about this defense spending. Where do the wars in Iraq and in Afghanistan fit in that? Because I seem to remember that Congress has been asked to put forth funding for these. So
Well, it
would
comes out
that
of
be
the-
in the discretionary?
That's out in the defense budget. That's that portion that you saw there, the defense budget. See, the other spending is a lot more, I mean, the defense spending is a lot, but it's that piece of the pie you saw there. It's about, maybe was it 15% or 20% of the overall spending?
Yeah.
So the other stuff is a lot more. Well, I agree that we should cut some money in defense. I mean, I voted against the defense appropriations bill because I thought it was too much. You know, and you know, every time there's something on defense, I mean, I voted against having any people in Libya. I voted to get people out of Afghanistan and Iraq. I just don't believe that we should be there for 10 years. So I mean, it depends on who you are. I mean, I agree that defense is definitely a part of the budget that has to be cut. You know, I mean, you can argue, some people argue that it should be more, some people argue, but I think it should be cut. I mean, why do we have guys in Germany? Or in South Korea, or in Japan, or all that stuff? I mean, you have to focus our defense plan, in my opinion, a lot sharper than what it is, because right now, it seems to me we won't have a very good defense plan. You know, I mean, the whole thing with Libya was, what was that?
Yeah.
I mean, why are we there? What was, you know, what that? You know, I understand your frustration, and it's part that has to be cut as well.
A follow-up to that on the defense issue is, are all these home, I think we have 9 security organizations right here in the Sioux. I think we count them up, or 11 or something.
I know.
But like, what, I mean, other than the local police and the tribal police and the state police,
Sure.
why do we need, and why are all of these vehicles here? I mean, and is this defense, is this welfare? I don't I mean, I just picked that name off the list here.
Yeah, well, that comes out of, that's a discretionary spending. But I'm not sure if it comes out of defense, though. I think it might be the other part.
It's that discretionary thing there, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm not sure if
Please.
it's defense. I don't think it comes out of defense. I think it comes out of the other discretionary.
Okay.
But I get more complaints from people from the Sioux about, parking lots full of Suburbans that are sitting there.
Oh, jeez. The whole way through here is suburbans.
I've got a lot of people in the Sioux that are upset about that.
It was an interesting observation. The governor was here a couple of weeks ago, and they made the statement that 60% of our payroll is public payroll in Chippewa County. And on your other comment about ethanol, I wanted to make a point. We just got back from a meeting in the Midwest with a bunch of farmers. I mean, some are millionaires. They're becoming multi-millionaires with this damn ethanol program. 45 cents the oil companies are getting at the refinery, and millionaire farmers are becoming multimillionaires. You won't believe how they're buying new equipment this year because of the price of wheat and corn caused by this
There's
ethanol.
an example of a revenue that a tax deduction I'd be in favor of eliminating.
The whole thing.
Ethanol subsidy.
Yeah.
See, now you pointed out a source of revenue that I'm in complete agreement with you on. I would be happy to raise the taxes on those people that are getting the subsidies for ethanol. So I'm all with you there. So there's one tax increase I
Well,
wouldn't
you know,
mind seeing.
they wouldn't be making it if they weren't getting 45 cents from the government at the refinery
Hey.
as a subsidy.
I think it's ridiculous that we prohibit the importation of ethanol. You can't
Right.
import it into the
Right.
country. We mandate its use, and then we subsidize its production.
And we make it hard for LPG plants to start up.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. Well, there's one revenue source I'm.
Time for one more question, Congressman.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
One last one then.
Okay.
I'd really rather be talking about my pet project, and that's the Second Amendment. We have, apparently the administration is working very hard on the small arms treaty with the other countries, which would limit our access to guns here in America. I would just like you to encourage you to fight against that our constitutional rights are what's sacrosanct, and we need to keep them.
All right, no, I'm a strong believer in the Second Amendment, so you don't have to worry about that. But thank you all for coming. I understand.
Appreciate it.
Here the points. Thank you.